we're going to give them, pay attention to what I'm talking about first.
Oh, wow.
Always.
They'll pay
Of
attention to
course.
what he's talking about.
Exactly.
I'm Anne Heche. You are in my home, and I'm so happy to have you here and blessed that I get to meet Tyler.
All good energy, all good things.
Winning the lotto.
Friendship and a lot of money.
Friendship and a lot of money. Amen.
Hello. How's it going? I'm Tyler.
I'm Anne.
Oh, wonderful to meet you, Anne. Thank you for having me.
What a pleasure to have you here. Tyler doesn't recognize anybody, I know, so I'm not expecting any favors. I'm not expecting him to look at me and go, oh my God, please come on in. I think you have a lot of fans in this house.
Oh my gosh.
When Anne opened the door, I had no idea who she was, but I could feel that there was a deep need for a reading. The second I meet a person, I get an immediate first impression, just like everybody else. But mine is often intuitive. And when it comes to the client, I usually get a feeling of what they're about the second I meet them.
These are my very, very dear friends. All they wanted to do was meet you. They're being very calm. Tyler's mother would probably recognize me from, I don't know, 6 Days, 7 Nights, or Donnie Brasco, or Wag the Dog. Those were my kind of earlier days. Recently, I've been on The Brave for NBC, and most recently, Chicago PD. Come on in and sit down. I'm probably over the scale of belief. I probably top it. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I believe. I'm so lucky that you're here. I hear you're in demand.
Thank you. Oh, what, 1 or 2 people, but...
Yes, 1 or 200,000, that's all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But have you seen the show before?
Of course.
Oh, good. So you're kind of familiar with the process and you get how it works.
Yes.
I'll basically just communicate what I see, hear, and feel. And my job is really to tune into specific information. My goal is just to deliver everything that comes through, everything that I feel. I like to get validation, but I think it's important to just kind of get it out, and then I'll ask you what makes sense and if that can be placed. So let's see what happens. So I'm just gonna scribble, and as you know, I'll start sweating, so
No
that's
problem.
a good sign.
Me too.
So let's see, okay. Whew. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna try to bring through everything that's coming in. Okay, connected to the family, do you know of any R names? Like any significant R names that would be male that come to mind, like Richard or Robert?
Richard is a grandfather's name, I believe.
Okay, would that be your grandfather?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Your mom's
My
father?
mom's father, yes.
Is a Richard.
Yes.
Cool. Awesome. So I feel like I have to acknowledge him. Bipolar, okay. So for some reason, as I'm connecting to this guy, he is having me talk about his family lineage. And this is kind of interesting. Oftentimes when they transition, they acknowledge that they realize certain things about their families, or they see certain things in hindsight. And when he's coming through, for some reason, he's having me emphasize, I'm seeing my symbol for bipolar disorder. This is being acknowledged repeatedly. I feel like I have to talk about like bipolar connection,
Okay.
and family lineage, or a family connection to this in some way.
Okay.
And he's bringing forward basically a sense of resolution around this. When they do that, that's usually their way of saying, we're sorry how this impacted people. It's his way of bringing forward some form of accountability on the family end of the bipolar thing, and how that may have not been dealt with in the way that it should have, but he's kind of putting that in his department. So that comes through. Do you understand that in relation
Yes.
to him?
Yes.
Gotcha.
There are very powerful mental illnesses
Right.
called, but now we can say they're bipolar, that infected the family, and the lack of understanding of what that was so that it couldn't be helped, and
Right.
therefore passed down with secrecy.
You know, I think in previous generations, there was a sense of shame, and
Sure.
people didn't talk about mental health, and now we live in an era where we can.
Yes.
And it's so important, and you know, when these people come through, they have this freedom. They don't have the shame. They don't have the
Right.
stigma.
Right.
They just reflect back on their human experience and understand how their actions affected others.
It's very helpful to me.
And it's huge. So please know that Richard takes accountability for this and acknowledges and understands how that affected people.
Thank you.
And we all have those, you know, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, but when they
Right.
come through, they understand.
It's helpful to me to know that.
Good. That's awesome. I have this situation where I have this younger person that passed away. This feels like a contemporary, like a sibling. But the situation, the way that I would describe this is this feels like a premature passing, or like I basically don't get to live a full life. It feels too early. And it's not one of those situations where everything about this would have been expected. So, sometimes people will get diagnosed with like cancer in their 50s or whatever, and we kind of expect a decline. If I had to be honest, when the noise comes through, it kind of feels like, I don't feel like we have that element of preparation. There's a reference to receiving the news, but from over a state line. And they keep having me talk about the situation where someone receives news over a state line. Either someone is not in the state at the time,
yes,
and we have to rush back.
Yes.
It's like, quick, book a ticket, or quick, hop in the car and get across.
My mother had to cross the state line to get back.
Gotcha, so, okay.
It's my brother, Nathan.
Gotcha, okay.
It was a car accident. He died when he was 18.
Around his passing, do you know, he's bringing up a housing, like a living situation. There's something residential that's coming through, but he's referencing this to Mom. Where was she living at the time?
At the time of his passing, we were living in an apartment in Ocean City, New Jersey.
Because the way this is being communicated is I'm seeing people like more than one, and then I'm seeing like sharing a space, so.
We were homeless and we were taken into another family's house and lived with them for a year.
Oh, your mom. Whoa, 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 okay. Oh, man. Your mother, it's just kind of like this feeling of like wanting to protect. Brother comes through and is like, I want to protect both myself and other people, but he acknowledges this dynamic of Mom and a feeling of not wanting to endure that, so I don't know.
Not wanting to what?
Not wanting to endure that. It keeps coming through. Does most of that connect?
Yes.
Gotcha. I'm trying to connect with this, though. For some reason, he's showing me a bridge. He's putting this in relation to the passing, and this just keeps coming through, and I don't know why. It feels like a bridge between like one city to another city, and it just keeps coming through.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm not sure why, but I'm like using the bridge to go from one city to the next.
His death is the reason I moved from New Jersey to Chicago.
Gotcha.
I do believe that it was the universe, that something extraordinary needed to happen to get me out of what would certainly be my death if I continued to live with my mother in that space.
He felt kind of like things, he keeps showing me not fair. It didn't feel like he had a fair shot at life.
Yeah.
I felt like from his perspective, from the get-go, that the cards were dealt for him were just not
fair.
Yeah, not fair. And he gets that. And the amount of love that comes through for you is intense.
I hope my makeup artist used waterproof mascara.
Me too.
Did he?
I'm sweating.
Like, what's going on?
It's gonna drip down my face.
Gregory, okay, touch up. Hello.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Oh, you look great.
Hello, did you?
Do you want to do touch-ups?
Wait a minute. Can we get some smoke and mirrors in here, please? What's going on?
I love it. We're dissipating.
No, I don't need to take a break.
It was a beautiful unfolding and release. Absolutely beautiful.
It's all good.
Sorry,
More.
I'm gonna
No, you're good.
just go off camera for a
Yeah,
second.
let's do that.
I'd like to just go off camera. Okay.
This is good. Are you okay?
Oh Lord. I mean,
A lot. But
Could it be more
it
specific?
is a gift.
Could it be more specific?
Dude.
Not everybody has a team of people that swarm in after I've connected with my brother. I've only waited for 49 years. No big deal. No big deal. You know, it's all good.
It's a good moment to take a breather.
Jesus.
Awesome. All right.
Okay, I could not be more grateful.
Oh,
Thank you for the.
Of course, absolutely. And
For the.
well, good. I'm glad we were take a minute. And
Yeah, thank
we're
you.
Good. Yeah. Just want you to know, like, I'm feeling a lot in the way this comes through. Like, he acknowledges total peace and is free of all the emotions and the difficulty.
Okay.
There. So that's big.
Okay, yeah.
I think when he comes through, he feels like he's your guardian angel, and he understands and kind of has facilitated all of these understandings that these families have came to about their mental health, how their mental health affected people. But he brings up your mom, and there's just this disconnect in Grandpa and the bipolar and the mental health, and he gets it. And he's proud of you for being able to, he's showing me coming out of the closet, not literally, but he's proud that you've been able to talk about these things and discuss these things because you're doing it for him too. And he appreciates that. So, you've done right by him.
Thank you.
Of course. Awesome. We'll just give it a minute. All right. I really don't, I want you to know the importance of the impact you're making in people's lives by being able to tell your story and be honest with it, and to be able to share some of these painful experiences. People are gonna watch this and relate to it and be helped by it. And I think if there's any way you can honor your brother and his family members is to share your story and keep sharing it and include them. They don't come across with any shame or anything. They're proud that you've been able to have that strength and to do that, so.
Thank you.
That's a message.
There are a lot of people that I could have heard from.
Yeah.
And the clarity with which you've given me this gift is super meaningful.
Good. You know, it takes some time. I always say readings aren't a cure for grief, but...
Yeah, it's not grief. It's what's interesting is that it's more, for me, I mean, the word that's coming up is celebration.
Yeah. They're okay. Absolutely. Aw.
I think I'm finished.
Yeah.
I think I'm good. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Thank you. I can't be more grateful.
Of course, absolutely.
I'm gonna go take a moment.
This reading was intense, and Anne had a lot of messages to have to really process and listen to because of how heavy this reading was. But I was surprised as she was reacting that she called this a celebration of these people who'd passed away. As intense as it was, I think it was necessary for her to have this experience. She didn't view it as a grief expression. It was an expression of celebration of these people's lives. And I'm always here if you need anything, all right?
We're all here for you, too.
You know, it's so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one, guys. Bye. Awesome. All right.
I love him.